Okay, Freelee, here we are back on Abbey Sharp's YouTube channel. These videos are very important. This is maybe one of the most important videos I've done on Abbey Sharp, so definitely hang around to the end, watch the whole thing. It is really important. And this video she put up a couple of days ago, Dietitian Reviews, Kate Hudson, Why Am I Not Surprised? And she hashtagged it affiliate, so essentially sponsored. And that's going to be the focus of this video. I'm going to watch this sponsored ad that she's put up in this video, this very recent video, and we are going to talk about this in depth because honestly, this is a huge conflict of interest and it keeps going on and it is not okay. This is actually professional misconduct. And I'm going to show you how it falls under professional misconduct when we look at the College of Dietetics, Ontario in Canada, right? Because yes, she might be like a registered dietitian. Okay, she did a course like a decade ago, all right, but she's never actually worked in a hospital setting as an actual dietitian helping patients. And now what she's doing is she's just basing her recommendations on who is sponsoring her. And this is a conflict of interest for a dietitian, right? A dietitian should never be taking food sponsorships because, you know, people think of dietitians as, you know, these individuals are going to help me with my health, with nutrition. They're going to give me great nutrition advice based on like their education and not who is paying for their opinion. This is very, very important, okay? And you know that she does this all the time. So she's basically an influencer, a foodie masquerading as a dietitian. And we're going to get more into this. And if you want to see more of these videos, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Just take a moment right now to vote on the video. It helps get it out. If you want her to see this video, then give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. All right, so let's get into it.
Oh, celery juice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey everyone.
So celery juice is not okay, but coffee all the way. Get those drugs in there, right?
I'm Abbey Sharp. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen.
Oh, very PC. Okay, so we're seeing the PC sponsor-friendly Abbey Sharp. You see how she's changed her intro and, you know, like from when she was like ripping me when she wasn't getting sponsored, now she's like, hey, I'm family-friendly, you know, hire me. Because it's just all about, this is business for Abbey. Please, please, please remember, this is business. This is not about helping individuals. This is about making the mullah. We know that.
Today's video is sponsored by Built Bar, and we'll be reviewing another Harper's Bazaar Food Diaries by American actress Kate Hudson.
But first, she's only doing these videos, these What I Eat in a Day, like reviews and stuff like that. One, yeah, she copied me, but she realized that this was a really good business move, okay? Because she gets sponsored almost every single video these days. Every single video, and a lot of them are food sponsorships. And actually, Unnatural Vegan called her out on one of those, and we're going to talk about that soon as well. But this is where it begins to be a real big issue, okay? Because a conflict of interest, this is professional misconduct. So we're going to talk about why that is soon.
Let me tell you about my sponsor, Built Bar. So if you are new here, welcome. But of course, my regular viewers know that I very much love these bars.
Why do you think she loves these bars? Because she's being paid to love them. She's literally getting money in her bank account, a big amount of money. I'm telling you, I've done sponsorships before. I know what they're worth. We're going to talk more about that as well. But she's getting paid to love it. So number one, she's getting paid for her opinion. This isn't based on sound nutritional science or anything like that.
I think they taste like a chocolate bar, and you know, protein bars are just such an easy, convenient source of protein for those really super crazy days.
What?
And we are living in a pandemic, so
Wow. Okay, so she's using the pandemic as leverage to influence you to buy the Built Bar. That's shocking. Wow. So she's focusing as a dietitian on the convenience factor. This is a convenient source of protein while we're in a pandemic. Like, why isn't she focusing on the nutritional value of the food, or the lack of in this case? Can you see this is very, very wrong because she is putting herself as a dietitian. You saw it in the title, Dietitian Reviews. So you're expecting her to give nutritional, advice based on nutrition, not on who's sponsoring her.
Oh, we all got out of those. I have tried a lot of protein bars in my day, and I find most of them taste like chalk. But these ones, oh no, they actually taste like a chocolate bar.
So this is very manipulative. You can see, like, obviously the company has talking points, you know, because that's what they want you to say, certain things. And so she's comparing it to other bars. She's saying, like, this one is delicious. Look.
I think Kate would also approve.
Oh, she's using Kate Hudson also as, like, somehow backing up her opinion, even though Kate has not even said anything. But she knows that there's individuals watching this who probably worship Kate Hudson, and they're like, oh yeah, Kate would like it. Like, that is really sneaky. And so she's using all these manipulative techniques. You have to be onto it. You have to be carved up to spot them. And she's even using Kate Hudson as, like, backup for her opinion, basically.
Just saying. All right, let's see what flavor we's going to get into today.
What?
It's so hard to choose sometimes.
She's being so basic and so hard to choose sometimes. And how long is this ad? Like, okay, so I've been offered as much as 10,000 Australian dollars to do just an integration ad. And it was for a computer game app, like a phone app. And I was actually, in the app, you have to, like, kill bugs and stuff like that. And I'm like, hang on, I'm vegan. I'm definitely not going to be recommending that. You know, I pass it by my ethics first. I'm like, hang on, is this ethical? No, it's not. And then I bar it. I'm like, no, I won't do that. Okay, and that's a lot of money, right? That can definitely help me, you know, but I care about you. I care about you. I care about my ethics. I'm not going to sell out. And I'm in the food industry, like diet, you know, arena as well as Abbey is. So it's like me taking money for, like, protein powder, some, you know, fake sugar protein powder, and just saying, hey guys, like, one day add this to your smoothie, like, and you'll be like, what? But you don't recommend protein powders. Like, this is so weird. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm making money from it. So, like, just buy it. Okay. You know, it's very, very unethical. So she's probably getting, like, she could be getting, like, I'm telling you, $15,000 to $20,000 for this ad, because it is a long one. You know, I was thinking it's like going to a registered accountant, you know, an expert in managing finances, and them recommending accounting software and raving about how good it is, you know, because they're being paid, raving about how good it is. Then you're like, oh, okay, you know, they're an expert. So you give them money and you use the software, only to find that your money gets transferred out of your account to another business until you are financially bankrupt, basically. You know, if that kind of makes sense. You know, you can see Abbey as a registered dietitian. She's that expert in nutrition, you know, the expert in managing finances, you know, recommending junk food and cancer-causing foods, saying they're amazing because she's getting paid to say so. Then you buy it and it leaves you poorer, for one, but most importantly, it drains your health and can leave you nutritionally bankrupt, basically. So hopefully that kind of comparison makes sense.
What am I in the mood for? Something super chocolatey, something more fruity?
Hang on. Like, a dietitian shouldn't be basing their food choices off what they're in the mood for. Where is the nutritional advice here? You know, like, junk food, you're in the mood for junk food. Like, this is not something that she should be recommending to her audience. Can you see that? And if we have a closer look at these Built bars, they're literally got, like, so much rubbish in there. Hang on, we'll just keep going on this route.
Oh no. Coconut almond. Yeah, let's throw all of my favorite flavors together. This one right here, 18 grams of protein.
Wow, 18 grams of protein in this little bar. So if we look up this bar, it has only around 100 calories, only around the same amount of calories as a banana, but it has 18 grams of protein. And the protein is coming from the waste industry, from the dairy industry. Sorry, the waste product from the dairy industry, whey protein isolate. Just crap, absolute rubbish to put into your body. And it also has gelatin. So it has, you know, the bits and pieces, the cartilage, the bones of animals that have been basically swept off the slaughterhouse floor and boiled up into this gelatin and put into this bar, this frankenfood. It's just disgusting. But it doesn't stop there. It also has erythritol in it. These are things she's not talking about, which it can be used as an insecticide. It's basically an insecticide that you have in this bar that you're consuming that we don't have long-term studies on.
I'm Dr. Shauna. Today we're going to talk about erythritol. Even the non-GMO derivative form of erythritol can give people side effects such as stomach aches, diarrhea, and headaches. Plus, some people can actually get an allergic skin reaction to erythritol, even the non-GMO derivative form of erythritol. And so they'll get these big red welts all over their skin. Also, IBS sufferers tend to be super sensitive to the erythritol because it is a sugar alcohol, and it will really flare up their symptoms. So they want to definitely avoid those if you have any type of IBS symptoms. Now, they're also doing a study. Researchers at Drexel University are doing a study and doing research, and they're seeking a patent to use erythritol as an insecticide. Yep, I said it, a pest control substance. So I'm not sure if we should be putting the erythritol in our body if it's killing insects.
This is not okay. This is creating sick humans. And she's not talking about it. She's not like, she's just looking at a script. Look at her looking at the computer. She's like, oh, what else does it have in it? You know, like she just doesn't even know, doesn't care. She cares about the ching ching. That's what she cares about. And I find this completely unethical. And it is. It is a clear conflict of interest. It is professional misconduct. We're going to get into that. Wait for it.
I think I've tried this one before. Can't remember. Took a big bite.
What?
It's gonna take a while. Don't judge me.
A few moments.
So cringy. Like, if this wasn't so serious, like I would be focusing on the cringe factor here, right? Don't judge me. Like, she's being so basic and trying to be relatable to her audience, which is highly manipulative, and it's just showing her more as the influencer she is and the manipulator she is rather than the professional. She's giving actual dietitians a bad reputation. Let me know in the comments below if you're a dietitian, if you find this very unacceptable and unprofessional, and like the fact that she is taking food sponsorships as a dietitian when people are buying her opinion. Tell me in the comments below, because I find this damaging to your reputation. And I know a lot of dietitians' education is based on the meat and dairy industry, but there is some good plant-based ones out there. So yeah, this is full cringe.
Took a big bite. Gonna take a while. Don't judge me.
Yikes.
A few moments later.
Tastes like a vacation, and I'm here for it. These
Tastes like a vacation, and I'm here for it. More manipulation, more trying to influence the viewer. Oh, it tastes like a vacation. I mean, like, this is obviously just a script.
are a lower sugar bar for those of you who are looking for that. But of course, if I was having...
Yeah, so this has I think it's 4 grams of sugar, of carbs. It's so incredibly low. It's so low in nutrition. It is a deficient junk food, frankenfood, just milk waste, dairy industry waste mixed with this insecticide and bones, boiled bones and cartilage of an animal baked into this chocolate bar. It's yikes. It's a massive yikes. But she doesn't care, because we have seen Abbey Sharp in the past promoting class 1 or class 2 carcinogens to her audience with these processed deli meats. No care at all until I called her out, right? And then she deleted the video.
So today I've partnered with Maple Lodge Farms, who sponsored this video, to bring you 3 easy, low-carb, high-protein, keto-friendly snacks with minimal assembly required.
She doesn't care about you. She does not care about you. And even worse, she wants to make money off you, off your lack of education, just so she can cash in. She can make money off the back of your lack of education. And it just makes me sick, because I am so opposite of this. I'm so against this. So we need to call her out.
This as my post-workout snack or part of my post-workout meal. I'd probably pair it with a source of carbs like some fruit.
Of course, you have to get some actual food. This isn't food that she's having, but she's saying pair it with some actual food, so you get some nutrition. That's another thing that is quite sneaky, because she probably doesn't want to be seen to be just recommending junk food, but she is. That's what she's doing. But if you have this frankenfood with actual food, it's going to make you feel ill, okay? Because the fruit just wants to go through by itself, not with this constipation bar. But I mean, it's going to make you feel ill anyway. And You should be reporting her on this, and we're going to talk more about that in a second.
Oatmeal, some toast, etc. But if you want to give these bars a try, check out the link in the description and use my promo code for 15% off of your order.
Wow. Oh, she's giving it a wink there. 15% off your order. All right. So let's get into how this is actually a clear conflict of interest and professional misconduct. All right. So if you look at the College of Dietitians Association, Ontario, Canada, where she is from, remember she is actually a meat and dairy sponsored dietitian in Canada as well. That's a side note. So how can you believe anything she's saying? She's basically sponsored by everything. Before we get into this, actually, I want to just insert the part where Swayze actually is calling her out. I do agree with Swayze in this circumstance, and there are some situations where I do. We don't disagree on everything. She calls Abbey Sharp out on this sponsorship, taking money for this detox tea, where in other videos she's saying, detox teas are bad and superfoods are bad. It's just like a marketing thing. It's just kind of a scam. I'll insert that now.
But first, something else that's really weird about this video, it's sponsored by Peak Tea, the most powerful super plants meet cutting-edge extraction methods. I don't understand why she's promoting super plants, aka superfoods, when in this very video, she says they don't exist.
There's no such thing as a superfood. It's really just a fancy buzzword used in marketing.
She says that they are antioxidant powerhouses. But number one, clearly the big selling point for these products is that they are superfoods. And number two, I feel like in any other situation, she would be calling out this brand for selling super expensive superfood tea when you can get plenty of antioxidants from just regular fruits and vegetables, from like strawberries and sweet potatoes. Maybe I'm wrong, but it does seem many of her viewers got the same impression.
It's like meditation in a cup.
She also promotes the teas as non-GMO.
All of Peak teas are 100% organic, non-GMO.
Even though she has an entire video dispelling anti-GMO myths.
Well, after dozens of years of analyzing the safety of GMOs, a review of 33 studies found that GMOs were no less healthy or safe than their traditionally grown counterparts. In fact, in some cases, they might even be healthier.
I understand that when you have a sponsorship, the company is going to have certain talking points that they expect you to cover. But if you don't agree with one of those talking points, like that non-GMO is a benefit, then you shouldn't talk as though you do. Anyway, I really hope Abbey listens to her viewers and rethinks sponsorships like these in the future, and ideally that she explains why she thought this was an appropriate brand given her previously stated values.
So in the morning, I have the Sun Goddess Matcha, which provides a more steady supply of energy over 4 to 6 hours instead of the 1 to 2 that you get from coffee. Matcha is also packed with antioxidants, and y'all know that I need that trying to wrangle 2 kids in COVID life. A cup of the Sun Goddess Matcha in the afternoon, I go from groggy and distracted to alert and productive. Then, after I get Big Boy E to bed, I have my electric turmeric tea.
This is obviously unacceptable. She will take money from anyone, any food company. It doesn't matter, even drug pushers, detoxes, superfood, whatever. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about you. It's quite obvious, right? Because she is exploiting her position as a, supposed professional to make money. She has a duty of care as a dietitian. So let's have a look at this. Avoid these conflicts of interest. According to the Professional Misconduct Regulation, it is professional misconduct for RDs, that's her registered dietitians, to practice in conflict of interest. So there are certain situations that RDs should avoid entirely. Accepting a gift, rebate, credit, or other benefit for referring a client to any service or program. So that's what she's doing right here. And the viewers are essentially the client because she is putting herself as a dietitian. Remember that. Selecting a food service supplier, that's Built Bar, on the basis that the supplier, Built Bar, offered a substantial gift, yes, or other personal benefit to the RD. Paying the RD. That's what she's getting paid. Built Bar is paying her, and now she's offering this 15% off this affiliate code, and she's getting a kickback from that as well. This is professional misconduct, and she needs to be called out for it. And if we have a look here at the conflict of interest framework, figure 1, am I in conflict of interest? This is what she should be asking herself before she takes any sponsorships. Ask yourself, is anyone relying on my professional judgment in this situation? If yes, well, yes. Is anyone relying on her professional judgment in this situation? Yes, they are, because she's putting dietitian in the title and she's reviewing Kate Hudson's video. All right. And this is mixed in with it. Yes, they are. Like, people go to her because they think she's a dietitian. So that's a big yes. If yes, is anything competing with my professional duty to my client? Yes, or viewer, right? Because she's doing this. This is a media dietitian. So yes. Built Bar is competing with her professional duty because Built Bar is paying her and influencing what she says about this bar, buying her love for the bar. So it's not based on nutrition. You know, she didn't talk about it being nutritious. If yes, is the competing consideration so significant, or is my client so vulnerable that a reasonable person would say I am acting in my own interest instead of the interest of my client? Yes. 100% yes, she's acting in her own interest because she's getting paid. She doesn't care about the nutritional aspect of this frankenfood. And finally, if yes, avoid the situation entirely. Avoid it entirely. She's not doing that. So what I am proposing here is that she removes dietitian from all of her videos. She should do it 100%, remove dietitian from her videos because she's in clear conflict of interest. This is professional misconduct, okay, because she is posing, essentially masquerading as a dietitian, using the label dietitian, this, legal professional term, to sell you junk food, to sell you food that is damaging to your health. The class 1, class 2 carcinogen, we've already established, obviously that is very bad for your health. So she has this duty of care and she's not fulfilling it. She's exploiting her position. Can you see this? And look, if you feel ill eating any of the stuff that she recommends, you should be reporting her to the, misconduct board. You should be reporting her because she's saying it's great. She's putting her name behind it. She's standing behind it as a dietitian.
It's like meditation in a cup.
Of course, my regular viewers know that I very much love these bars.
I recommend this. Buy it. You can get a discount. This dietitian recommends this junk food. Wow. It's not okay, and she needs to stop masquerading as a professional because she is not. This dietitian is potentially ruining your health with her recommendations and causing and developing EDs in young women around the world. So please encourage Abbey Sharp, put pressure on her to remove the title dietitian and replace it with foodie or influencer. Influencer reviews Kate Hudson. That's what it should be because that's what she is. And a dietitian, I will say it again, should never be taking food sponsorships because they should be giving recommendations based on what is nutritionally sound, based on their education, even though it's a lot of meat and dairy education, but not on who is buying their opinion, who is paying them for their opinion. This is not okay. All right. That's my video for today. I'd love to hear from other dietitians in the comments, and all of you, let me know, vote on the video, and I will talk to you soon. Go fruit yourself today.